Welcome to Not a Race Adventure. This adventure is presented by PlanForAdventures.com. In this video, we'll be looking at the low shelter race activity. When you tie a rope to something, it's called a hitch. If you put a tarp over that rope, you've made a ridgeline. This can be used to make a basic emergency shelter and also makes for a great race. For this part of the adventure, we will race to make an emergency shelter using tarp and rope. The materials that you'll need are your activity packet, paracord, a tarp, and wooden logs or rocks to use as weights. Let's take a look at some of the adventure skills that we'll be using on this part of the adventure. Follow these steps to practice making your 2 half-hitch knot. Feel free to have a rope ready and something to tie that rope to so you can press pause and follow along with the video. First, bring a rope under and then over an object to make your main loop. Then, make a loop around the rope, making sure your rope passes inside your main loop. Next, make another loop around the rope, outside of your main loop. Make sure that the rope passes inside the second loop. You should now have 2 loops on your rope, one loop on the inside of your main loop, and another loop on the outside of your main loop, with the rope passing on the inside of each loop. Finally, go ahead and slip the loops towards the object that you're securing your rope to. Go ahead and tie the knot to that object. You've now made your 2 half-hitch knot. Let's also take a look at the low shelter. A low shelter is a quick shelter that you can make with rope, tarp, and weights in a hurry. It keeps you protected and low to the ground when a storm comes in fast. Here's how to make a quick, low shelter. First, use the 2 half-hitch knot to secure a rope to 2 sturdy structures. These can be 2 trees, 2 tables, or a tree and a stake in the ground. Next, drape your tarp over the rope to make an A-frame structure. Now that you have a tarp over that rope, it's now called your ridgeline. It is the highest point of your structure. Next, use rocks, large branches, or other heavy objects to weigh down the size of your structure. Finally, climb in and stay safe. There are many variations to this structure. Practice making variations to the structure for different scenarios. For this part of the adventure, we'll be completing the low shelter race activity. At home, go ahead and collect the materials that you need and practice tying the 2 half-hitches knot. At the meeting, show off your knot skills with the low shelter race. If you're completing this adventure at home, go ahead and share pictures of your 2 half-hitches and low shelter. For this part of the adventure, make sure you preview the adventure. We'll be completing the low shelter race activity. Make sure to take some pictures to share along the way, ask your adult partner to check off on your activity packet, and we'll see you on the next part of this adventure.